I've always said that my Starbucks DIY recipes are better than the real deal, and today we find out if that's true. We're putting them head to head against original Starbucks recipe via a blind taste test. If any of the Starbucks originals beat my recipe, I will delete the recipes for the rest of time. No one will ever cook them again. Let's do this. All right, folks, we're on our way to Starbucks. For a lot of people on the way to work, they want something that's like relatively high in protein. So they'll swing by Starbucks and they'll grab some like egg bites or the cheddar chive potato biscuits or the egg white spinach wrap. But they're super expensive. If you're doing that every day, it's gonna cost you like 10, 15 bucks a day. And at the end of the day, they're fine. We're gonna make them at home. They're gonna be fresher, more delicious, and definitely cheaper.
Hi there, welcome to Starbucks drive-thru. How may I help you today?
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, stay warm. Right on, right on. See ya, bye now. What a lovely lady. You know what I think would crush at Starbucks? I'm like a secret protein bro. I think they could have like a protein coffee. That would crush. Okay, we're back in the kitchen. How nice was that Starbucks lady? She was lovely. So I don't want to bash anyone at Starbucks here, but let's take a look and see what we're working with. Okay, first one up, the egg bites. You see a lot of bacon here, good shape. They don't look incredibly appetizing. It does look a little bit like airplane food. They smell okay. I know what these taste like. We're excited about those. Okay, next up, this is a new product at Starbucks. These are those chive bacon cheddar potato bites. They look kind of appetizing. They've got like nice crisp on them. Overall, those actually look fairly appetizing. Okay, the feta wrap, let's look at this. I mean, this doesn't look that great. I don't really know. I've eaten these so many times and the center is totally frozen. Pretty scant on the egg white. I think we can do better than this. Now I don't know, I have like a whole wheat wrap that I use for this. I don't know what this is, if it's like a flatbread or like a roti or something. The bread I'm a little bit concerned about. Everything else I'm not concerned. I'm gonna smash that one for sure. All right, let's start with my biggest competition first. We're gonna be doing the egg bites off the top. So what we're gonna do is grab 9 eggs and crack that into a dirty blender. Next up, we're gonna add in a ½ cup of cottage cheese, 1 cup of shredded Gruyere cheese. You could use cheddar here if you want to, but Gruyere just has like a lovely funky smell to it. Add a little bit of salt. Every time I use my blender, I get hate comments about it being a dirty blender. It's just a used blender. Anyway, I tried to clean it and I broke it. So I had to go get a new blender halfway through this recipe. So put all of it in one blender and pour it into another is an important step you can't miss. Starbucks is in my head. I'm feeling pretty rattled at this point, folks. I don't know if you should watch it anymore. And we're gonna blend this on low. We're gonna blend this on low because you don't wanna incorporate too many air bubbles into this or it'll totally deflate. If you do add in a little bit and there's some froth at the top, you can just spoon that out and just throw it out into your sink. That's all good. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna gently fill up a prepared muffin tin. Now you're really gonna wanna get a silicone muffin tin for this one. It just makes cleanup so much easier and they just pop out lickety split. So we're gonna fill up about halfway up all of the egg cups, and then we'll go in and add a little bit more Gruyere cheese. I do this just to suspend the bacon a little bit. It holds it to the top. And then we add in bacon. You can put in any conceivable topping you want into this, but we'll keep it as close to Starbucks for this one. So to ensure that you don't like have collapsed egg bites, what we do is we fill up like a brownie tin and fire that into the oven and preheat it to 300. We use that water in there to create like a sous vide or a damp environment to make sure that the eggs don't collapse on themselves. Pop the water into the oven, and then once the eggs are ready, we're gonna gently put them into the oven and cook them for about like 30 to 32 minutes. You can go a little bit longer, but you don't want to overcook these, but you definitely don't want to undercook them. While that's cooking away, let's move on to dish number 2. We're going to be doing the Starbucks feta egg white spinach wrap thing. First things first, lay a non-stick pan over medium-high heat, add in a little bit of butter, and then we're going to add in a cup of egg whites, season that with a little bit of salt. This is gonna make 2 wraps. This is so delicious. You're gonna wanna have 2 of them anyway, so just roll with me. So let that cook away, and then the egg's gonna become more opaque. What a fancy word, Andy. That just means it's gonna continue to cook. Once it's looking totally cooked on the top, fold it like an envelope, and then just push it off the heat. Now, into another pan, or the same one if you want to, add a touch of oil, turn up the heat to about medium-high, and add in 2 big handfuls of spinach, and just saute that until it starts to wilt down. You want that color still to be nice and bright and green. Once that's wilted, off the heat, let's move on to the cream cheese spread. This is super easy. You're gonna use some sun-dried tomatoes, chop those up as fine as you can, and then equal parts sun-dried tomatoes, and I use light cream cheese here. Mix that all together, and now we're ready to rock to start building up this wrap. So I have a whole wheat tortilla, lay that down, smear on like a good tablespoon and a half of the cream cheese mixture. I crumbled on some feta here, add on the spinach, and now cut that egg omelet in half, lay it directly in the center, and now it's time to fold. So you're gonna fold the end closest to you to the halfway point, the one furthest away from you down over the top, and then very carefully fold both sides over. Now into a slightly oiled pan that's set over medium heat, we're gonna lay seam side down the wrap and let it just sear nice and brown. Don't rush this process at all, so close the wrap itself, flip it over, sear the other side. I like to cut this one on the horizontal. I mean, look at this. This is absolutely gorgeous. This tastes unbelievable. It looks so much, you know what? I will leave the judging to someone else, but just look at that. That speaks for itself. Next up, we got the potato chive cheddar biscuit bite things. I've actually never made these, so I'm feeling a little bit risky, but let's do this. Into a pan with a little bit of oil, we're gonna add 1 diced up yellow onion and 1 pound of cubed softened potatoes. Let those get to know each other, sauteing in the pan until they bring out a little bit of color. Take them off the heat, you're laughing. Into a blender, we're gonna crack in 5 eggs, 1 cup of cottage cheese, a good pinch of salt, and then blend that slowly until the cottage cheese is all broken up. If I was to do this again, I probably would just add the cheddar cheese directly into the blender and blitz that all up. Doesn't really matter. Now, into a square muffin pan, how fun is this? We're gonna oil that up, and then I'm gonna spoon in the potato and onion mixture. You want a good amount in there. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some of that cheese, some of the chives over everything, and then pour over the egg cottage cheese mixture just until it comes up to the top of potatoes. Now I'm gonna place it into an oven that's preheated to 350 for about 20 minutes. Let's see how this turns out. I'm a little bit nervous on these ones. Okay, it's the time we've all been waiting for. It is the taste test to end all taste tests. This is my lovely wife, who is Evil Producer Jess. She is not gonna go easy on me. Her sole job today is determine which is best, no fluff. Jess, are you up for the challenge?
Always.
Jess, can the people trust you for this?
I would never lie.
They have to. So we're gonna go totally blindfolded here and then bring it on.
Bring it on.
Okay, here we go. Now, folks, we're going head to head. We are going with one of these is from Starbucks.
Okay.
One of them I made at home. So Jess, I'm gonna put this directly in front of you.
Okay.
There's 2 options in here.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go with the right one first.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So beautiful bite, room temp. First
Texture's
impressions.
good. I'm getting, it's very bacony. Lots of bacon, even a chunk of bacon even.
Oh,
Smoky, there's cheese, it's creamy. It's delicious. I want more of this.
okay. That's the first one here.
Okay.
There we go, there you go. There's your second
This
option.
is my second one?
Nope, that's the same one you just had. There you go.
This is my second one.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Wow, on the second one. This is huge. She's wondering, she's thinking, she's confused.
A bit of a denser texture,
Oh,
not as bacony. Feels like this is gonna fuel me.
okay. Okay, Jess, we're gonna get you to make a major decision right now. Remember the stakes here. If you choose the Starbucks original, I will throw out my recipe. People will never be able to cook it again, or so I say. Which one did you prefer, number 1 or number 2?
Number 1.
Okay. Jess, that's very interesting. That's very interesting indeed. Okay, result number 1 was, let's just say interesting and leave it there, not giving you any hints or tips.
Okay.
Next one, we're going to be going for the Starbucks egg white feta wrap.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, here we go. This is very exciting. There's a lot on the line with this one. I talked a lot of smack. This is option 1.
Okay, great.
Going in for it, taking a bite. And what do we think? Where's your head at?
It's salty. It's a little wet. It is. Honestly,
Okay.
honestly, it's like not that appetizing.
Okay. That's harsh feedback to hear.
All right, number 2.
Different sort of texture, I bet.
Different texture. This one is miles above the other one.
Yeah.
Miles above. It's like cheesier, it's more delicious, it's got more flavor, it's fresher.
Is it close enough to the other one to make it seem like it's in the same category, or are they 2 different dishes?
In the same category, but it's so much better that it's almost not in the same category.
Interesting. All right, on to the last one. Okay, we got the final taste test here. This one I'm a little bit worried about. So these ones just came out of the oven recently, so we actually heated up the Starbucks ones just to make sure it's an even playing field. Okay, she's taking a bite. Okay, interesting. A little bit of steam coming out of that.
Ooh, there's like a nice like chive flavor.
Oh, interesting.
There's some good flavor here. Great texture. I want more.
Wow, that's very good to hear. That's all I'll say on that one.
Okay.
Okay, the next one.
Okay.
Here we go. She's taking a bite.
Oh, less flavorful, more potato in this one.
Okay.
Like a bit chunkier.
Oh.
I gotta say number 1.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, Jess, thank you so much. Unbelievable job. Please keep the mask on.
Get me out of here.
So the results are in, Jess, and they were quite exciting. So the first one was the Starbucks egg bite versus Andy's recipe. You choose the right one on that one.
Nice.
Andy claims that one. The recipe will live on.
It really was much better.
Much better. Next up, clear winner with the feta egg wrap. We dominated there. I talked a lot of smack, and I turned out to be fair. So we won on that one as well.
It was wet.
It was wet.
The Starbucks
You
one
don't
was
want that. That's not a good descriptor of a word. The last one was where Starbucks won.
Oh, wow.
They won there. It was the first time doing this recipe, and it wasn't up to snuff.
Wow.
And you knew it. Well, thank you, Evil Producer Jess. We appreciate you so very much. All these recipes are available on theeastcoastkitchen.com, except for that potato one. I'll get a new one of those. Make sure you subscribe. See you next time.